Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Good. So sorry about last week. I hope nobody uh, tried to come. I tried to let everybody know early, and then on Sunday, I got kerfuffled and neglected to email everybody. So I hope nobody got caught thinking there was a program when there wasn't. So apologies if that happened. I'm really sorry. But so happy to see you today. So let's meditate. Take your attention inside and know that the most important thing in meditation is that you connect with your highest. It's not that our highest is exactly separate, it's not, but it's important to know that it's your connection that makes all the difference to your life experience. And so, what we are hoping to do here is to enhance your connection to your source, which is the same source as our source, Annassa, the same source as there is only one source, but we are each like spokes of a wheel that are connected in our unique way to that source. And so understanding that we are responsible for the depth of our own connection and that what we bring to that connection needs to be about that connection. And for it to really, really impact, we have to make the effort to clear away any debris that might be between us and that connection. So it's not about problem solving, it's about just letting go of anything, at least for the time that we're together, letting go of anything except our desire to know God. So take your attention into the root chakra, which is at the tip of the tailbone and then just slightly forward. So for women, it's in the only space that's not occupied in that area. It's the perineum. And holding your attention there, feel for a spark of vitality. And even if you don't feel anything, it's totally fine. Just hold your attention there with the desire to connect to yourself deeply, deeply, deeply. And allow everything in your head to just drain down and out while you hold your attention in this energetic space. And you can fill your mind in this space with your internal Om sound. So you just say Om into that energy center. And when you're ready, take your attention to the energy center just below the belly button. Again, saying the Om sound in yourself into this energy center. And as you feel into this center, see if you can feel the connection between the perineum, the energy center there, the root chakra, and the chakra below your belly button. And just kind of bounce the energy between the two as you take your attention from one to the other. Energy follows attention. So you want to tune into the flow that's already there. Now we're going to move to the solar plexus, just below your rib cage. Again, saying the Om sound inside with a few breaths. Then feel for the connection between the energy center below the belly button and the solar plexus. And feel for the flow up and down, connecting. And if your mind wanders, just bring it back. Gently move your attention to the heart center in the middle of your chest. And again, say the internal Om sound into your heart center. And when you feel an opening, connect it to the center of the solar plexus, feeling the energy rising and falling. And as you quiet your breath, pay attention to the energy it is most available to experience between the breaths. And when you're ready, take your attention to your throat center. Say the Om sound into that center. Now gently connect your heart center and your throat center. Feeling the movement of the energy. And now briefly take your attention to the hard palate where it meets the soft palate. And have the image of the energy actually piercing through that center to get to the third eye. And the third eye is directly above. Hold your attention in the third eye. Again, saying the Om sound directly into that energy center. Either say it out loud or energetically, but hold your attention there and your intention to be very present, fully present in that energy center. At some point, naturally, the center at the top of your head will open directly above the third eye. And then you can begin to connect all the energy centers at once. When you're ready, gently, gently, and very slowly, open your eyes and come into the space. The only way that life on earth can upgrade is through the work that each of us do within ourselves to become expressions of love. Love is not mushy romantic. We need a different word for the power that love brings, that you're feeling now. That's love. That's God's love. Divine love. All genders are in love. It's not gender specific. It's completely inclusive. It's completely inclusive of everything. Nothing is outside of that. And our language tries to pin it down into something we can understand. we want to share a breathing practice with you that it's fairly well known. Probably everybody here has learned it at one time or another. The Sanskrit name for it is Nadi Shodhana. You take your index finger and your middle finger and put them under the big pad in front of the thumb in the palm. Kind of lock them under there like that. And then you take your ring finger and put it over your left, next to your left nostril, and your thumb next to your right nostril. So whenever you do this practice, you always start by breathing out of the left nostril. The left side is the Ida, which is the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms everything down. The right side is the Pingala, which is very hot, which turns everything, it's the sympathetic nervous system, and it turns everything up. So we breathe out the left nostril first, then in through the left, and hold. So you do 3 counts in, and then you hold for 6. And then, and when you hold, you just gently close that nostril. And then you exhale out the right, 3 counts. Then inhale through the right, 3 counts, hold for 6. Then exhale through the left. That was a lot of numbers. But basically, the way it goes is this: you inhale, then you hold. Then you exhale, then on the other side, and then you inhale on that same side, hold. Exhale on the other side, inhale, hold. So you hold after the inhale, always. And that should make it easy. So we'll count you through it, talk you through everything. So you have your fingers like this, and you exhale through your left nostril. Then inhale to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Then hold for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale on the other side for 3, 2, 3. Inhale for 3, 2, 3. Hold for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out the left. 1, 2, 3. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale right. 1, 2, 3. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale left. That's 2 rounds. What that does is it just calms everything. And it's best to do it before meditation. Kind of takes us out of meditation at this point. But I wanted to share it with you because it's so powerful. And I know we've all seen it before and kind of walked past it if you're like me. But in those hot moments when we just can't get back, it's a way to just sit down and refocus, because all we're doing is counting after you've done it a few times. the first 3 times you're concentrating on counting and being on the right or the left. But once you've done it a few times, it's very natural. And it will bring you to a different state very, very quickly. It's a valid practice. And best done right before meditation. Maybe next time we're together, we'll start that way.
Can you say again what this practice is called?
It's called Nadi, as in Nadi. Nadis are the focal points of energy in our body are called nadis. So the chakras are big nadis, but every pore is one. So, nadis are it just means energy center. And Shodhana, actually, I don't know the meaning of that word. Let me look it up. Yeah, purification or cleansing.
Great.
Yes. So, yeah, it's used in the context of Ayurvedic detox, pranayama. That's what we're doing, pranayama, which is breathing. So it just cleanses your mind instantly because it grabs the Ida, which is the left side of the Sushumna, which is the channel, the central channel. And I'm using the Sanskrit words because our language doesn't have anything that contains these principles. And once you sort of understand that one means relaxation and the other one means agitation, then it gets very simple to know which side of your body you're dealing with. And these yogic principles, when we understand them, are pretty simple to apply. And our language uses many, many words to get there. So the third word that goes with them is alchemy. It's a kind of energetic alchemy to get to the truth of our own wisdom. It's a true spiritual bypass. So you can all tell I'm attempting to take my own practice to a different level. And what I'm really learning is that if we don't truly love our meditation, it's not going to go anywhere. It can't be an act of discipline. It has to be an act of self-love and connecting to that part of ourselves that is love so that we're in that, which is the whole point. Oh, I love that smile, Wells. That's the most beautiful thing that I have seen today. Mm. Mm. The glow just grabbed me. Pam, you've got it too. And nature at this moment, I'm sure we're all witnessing and participating in it. It's just this natural exuberance that's so if we focus on that reality, we can, not focus on anything else and be at peace. In the church I grew up in as a kid, they always talked about the peace that passeth all understanding. That was called a benediction. And it was the wish that we could all be at peace. But these practices make that peace really accessible. So I'd like your feedback on if this meditation practice we did today, the the bulk of the program so far was helpful. The working on the flow between the energy centers and gradually working our way up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I want to say that I appreciated that we went through each chakra so slowly, and then the connecting, it was just perfect. Thank you. I tend to go through them very quickly, and I think this clarifies the energy sources so much. So thank you.
Oh, you're totally welcome. I mean, we just thought that longer meditations, you're all mature practitioners. Longer meditations together when we have collective energy is most helpful at this time because there's so much chaos everywhere else. So
And
that's
today is the summer solstice, as
yes.
you know.
Yeah,
So
so we're at a huge
that's why everything feels so glorious.
right, we're at a huge junction point. A huge junction point. The whole year's turning. Yeah, it's very clear why the Western calendar chooses this as a focal point. It's the solar return. And the Vedic calendar's built on the moon. So it's loony to us. Looney Tunes. Well, the thing about the moon is it's constantly changing, so you can't pin it down. And so an astrology based on the lunar calendar is going to feel like you can't pin it down. But at the same time, it's much more attuned to the inner currents that are driving our mind. And it's not exactly the psychological mind. Mind in a Vedic sense is um, Mind is bigger than the psychology in the Vedic sense. When they're talking about the drivers of the mind, actually, the planets as drivers of the mind. And so the drive the moon as the driver, given that it's constantly waxing and waning, it's never in the same place. So tuning into it is unsettling, but we can learn more about ourselves from tuning into it than we can from trying to get away from it, which is what most of us are doing, because that constant change is just unsettling to tune into. I have 6 planets that are controlled by moon. So I'm constantly changing. You can't find me from one day to the next because there's constant change driving everything. But I also have Saturn with my moon. So that kind of stakes me in one place at the same time. So there are parts that are constantly moving and parts that are staked. And, we all have that in different ways. We all have those planets in different places. So how we experience it, we look crazy to each other because we can see each other more easily than we can see ourselves. And that is, the number one reason that therapy is helpful. We've, if we're really lucky, we find a person who's not invested in any particular outcome and they can show us ourselves. Of course, a person who's truly not invested in an outcome is an avadut. So the odds of finding that are slim to none. That's somebody who has transcended everything. Somebody like Inanda. But thank you for that, Constance. And we were really guided this morning that meditation is the most important thing that we have to offer in this moment, a place of stillness, a place of quiet, a place of reset to, ground our intention to know God deeper and deeper and deeper in ourselves as we move through this life, because there's no greater intention, no greater purpose to our lives than to open ourselves to mastery of that which is available. And mastery comes from dedicated experience and from asking and asking and asking within ourselves to move deeper. And we can't do it for anybody. We each have to do it for ourselves. We can offer a point of congruence that helps the reset, but we can't continue the consciousness of that for you. Each of us has to dig our own well. That's not to say that we don't attract exactly what we need to have help in digging that well. We do. We do. And the guidance speaks to us through the synchronicities in our lives as we move deeper. So don't worry about the Nadi Shodhana if you don't get it the first time. We'll start next week with that and talk you through it again, guide you through it, maybe do a few more rounds. And because it's a practice worth mastering and it's really simple. Oh, Andrew's just reminding me we have a concert in Olympia next weekend. So we won't be available to do the program. We're playing at a church that morning. I'm thinking in the fall that we'll add back Wednesday nights as a guided meditation again. So we have 2 guided meditations. We'll make this one longer and add in another one because it seems like guided meditation is the best thing we have to offer. And I'm sure there'll be more practices that will come into as we continue the work we're doing on ourselves. Thank you, Andrew. Anything you want to say about this morning? No.
Can you send the information on where you'll be? Because I have a friend who lives up in that area.
Oh, yes. Uh, yeah, our concert is on Friday night. It's a house concert.
Is it?
I don't have the address. Oh, oh no, the concert's Saturday night. I'm sorry, I'm getting it all wrong. I'm not exactly in my body at the moment. So the concert is on Saturday night. It's in Tumwater and it's a house concert. So I don't actually have the address. I'll have it later today. And what I will do is I have all of your emails, so I'll send it to you directly to everybody who's on this call.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a house concert, but it's open to the public.
I'm sure, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're playing all Brahms, I can tell you that. There are two Brahms sextets that have been arranged for piano trio. And it was done while Brahms was alive and he approved and liked the arrangements. It was done by a pianist very well. And so we're playing both of them. They're really beautiful pieces. We'll do them in Portland soon and invite you all. Actually, summer's good. Maybe we should do a house concert and invite everybody on a Sunday afternoon again. Okay, we'll do that. Sip of coffee looks good. Mm. You know, it's so beautiful to be together. You know, as we watch our patients aging and walk alongside them, it's just so clear that, you know, life is gone in a flash. And things happen and the quality of our life changes just like that, you know. And so to use our conscious capacity for inner growth as deeply and as long as we possibly can in this moment is a great, great gift. To have the awareness that that's available and that that is our purpose. And then when the things happen, it's no less intense, maybe more intense for us because we've cultivated our sensitivity. But we can always bring ourselves to a level of sanity no matter how bad it gets. Knowing that even if we lose our mind, it doesn't come from our mind. It comes from someplace deeper. I've been thinking about that a lot. And I think one of the reasons that the spiritual teacher who had a stroke, Ram Dass, continued to teach after his stroke to demonstrate that it's not about the mind. You know, he definitely, is he still alive, Andrew? Ram Dass? Yeah. But he was a demonstration of the fact that even if the mind has taken a severe hit that makes language next to impossible, it's possible to stay or maybe even go deeper in one's connection to God. It's been so wonderful to be with you today. Mm. Mm. Thank you so much for participating. So happy to be with you. So grateful for this opportunity to be together. So we will see you for sure in 2 weeks. So much love to you. May you be safe and happy till we meet again. So much love. Bye for now.